So, hello everyone. I hope all you are doing great. Today we have a very special member with us. His name is Shivam Chaudhary, and he did his BTech from very prestigious university called Jadavpur University in Instrumentation Engineering, and currently he will be appointed as a full-time engineer in Samsung. So, first of all, a whole big congratulations from me and from my team for your selection
Thank
in Samsung, and thank you for sharing your time and performing your views in front of our viewers. So without wasting that much time, let's directly make this session starting and make it very interactive. So let's start with your
thank
brief
you
introduction. Yeah.
for this warm welcome. Yeah. Okay, so he already mentioned I'm from Jadavpur University and I've got the full-time offer from Samsung Semiconductor Institute of Research, which is in Bangalore.
Mhm.
And full-time offer means they came to our campus with that offer only, and I am got selected in that.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah, that is a very good introduction. So right now, like the Jadavpur University is a very prestigious university. So how you got selection in Jadavpur University? Because there is a very less seats and so much competition in this.
Yeah, I have given WPJE exam, that is West Bengal Joint Entrance Examination,
Mhm.
and I have scored well. Jadavpur University is the topmost university which got selected through that exam. So means I have got a very good rank and got selected. I've
Okay.
choose the instrumentation electronics engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you took means any type of coaching that time after 12th, or you have done by yourself?
No, means I have taken coaching. Means I am from Samastipur, which is a small city.
Mhm.
So I moved out of that for coaching, and that's helped me a lot to prepare for JE as well as the WBJ. And choosing Jadavpur University was a very good decision of mine because it is one of the cheapest. It's one of the cheapest engineering colleges in all over the world.
Yeah.
Means yeah, and it's a very good academic records as well as the alumni relation as well as the placement. Means that is very good in that
Mhm.
university. So means it is very good for me.
So how do you find your college life like before engineering or after engineering? Means how you spend your life in Jadavpur University? How do you see this?
Means Jadavpur University means I am from a very middle class family. So means I always want to study in a college. Means there is always one thing in my mind money. Means I don't belong to a very high class family. So and choosing Jadavpur University is like it is one of the cheapest college as well as the very good stats
Yeah,
placement
very
stats.
standard college. Yeah.
Yeah, very standard college. Means very old college, reputed university. So I choose that college only. Means it is always my prime goal to get this college, and fortunately I got this college. So it's very good.
Okay, okay. So do you want like EC as your engineering branch, or do you want anything else before coming this university?
No, means I prefer. I always want to go in electronics. So I prefer electronics and telecommunication as well as this instrumentation electronics, which I got. Means actually my rank was means around 500 at that
Okay,
time.
okay.
So I don't got EC, but I got this instrumentation
Instrumentation.
electronics.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that is also a very good branch. So
yeah, very good.
how you find yourself your interest in VLSI or in semiconductors like?
Actually, in my second year, I got its core subjects, that is analog electronics, digital electronics, and the professor were really very good. Means they teach in such a manner that I got very interested in that domain. Since then I prepare for that VLSI companies like Samsung. Means they also came to internship like companies like Samsung, Texas Instruments, Micron,
Yeah.
but in the year, yeah, but in the year 2021, due to Corona, means they don't came to our campus. It's only one company, TI, visited our campus.
Mhm.
But I don't lose hope. I continue my preparation with the same zeal, and means when the full time in 2022, I got the full-time opportunity with Samsung.
Yeah. And that is a time when you find yourself like whatever you have done, like whatever you have prepared, whatever with the zeal, that makes a result. This is the result,
Yeah,
positive
yeah,
result
that
you got.
gives me result. It is.
So like there are like many colleges or colleges like Jadavpur University. I am particularly talking. So it is like you have followed only curriculum, college curriculum, or any extra thing you also followed.
No, means apart from the college curriculum, means I also have gone through the other topics like in details, like in for example, like for analog electronics. Means apart from the college curriculum, I also follow the Behad Razabi, who has a very good playlist in YouTube. Because company focus more on the intuitive analysis, means since I have given 3-4 interviews, so means I observed that they focus more on the intuitive analysis. Also, means we have a very good relationship with our seniors. So they told us that companies should focus on intuitive analysis. You don't have to give them the correct answer, but they see your approach, means how you approach a certain problem. So that is means they suggest some videos like Behad Razabi as well as Nagin Krishnapura, who has a very good short circuit theory. And for digital electronics, we have a very good professor in our college. Means, and so for digital electronics, means his notes is sufficient. Like it is really well.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah.
That is the quality of a good college. Like you got a good
Yeah. We have a very, very good professor in digital electronics. He also teaches analog IC, so he's very good teacher. Yeah.
So how do you find like if anyone has to go for companies in semiconductors or particularly in VLSI I am talking about. So what type of like what subject he should or she should be main focus is on?
Yeah, means for a VLSI companies, like there is 2 domain, means like you should have to choose whether you want to go in analog or digital domain. So means in my college, means most of the companies are mainly of analog, means they require analog design engineer, means they came for that job role only. So it's for analog you should focus more on the circuit theory as well as analog electronics, yeah, and linear control system. Like I have also seen these companies means they ask you, means regarding stability, they ask you draw Bode plot, means that give much clarity that the system is stable or not. So this for analog domain, like you should prepare these 3 subjects in very detail. Yeah, and for the digital one, like you should focus on the digital electronics, as well as you should learn one language like Verilog, means its project will be very helpful. Yeah, for the digital electronics company, means they should know that you are very interested in digital domain. So means Verilog projects are very useful in for digital companies. Yeah.
Okay, so like in BTech level, there are like 2 type of domains we basically list on, like talking about like front end or back end. So in back end, we mainly focus is on physical design. Like, so do you also prepare for physical design or you only go for like analog designing or digital designing in front end?
No, means I don't prepare for the physical design. Means there is so the company visited our college, means they mainly focus on the digital. They only came with the profile with digital design engineer or analog design engineer.
Okay.
So keeping that in mind, means I prepare for those 2 domain only.
And also it is saying like at the BTech level or at the fresher level, if we are talking about, then company mainly focuses for front end engineers, because for back end they need some practicing. So with time it will be. But at the fresher level, if you are good in analog or digital designing, then it will be good for you for having a seat in private companies, in core companies. So
Yeah.
so how you prepared yourself, like from which year you know like I have to prepare now for companies only, because
Means
I think there are so many students from the Jadavpur University. I have also talked about they preparing for GATE for MTech. So how do you find yourself? Like you don't have to prepare for GATE, or you have to go for companies in BTech level itself.
Yeah, so means in the first year means we have some basic subjects like means that is from the 12th only, and from I got serious from the second year means we have core subjects like I already told you, like analog,
Mhm.
electronic, digital electronic. This is in our second year first semester curriculum. So means I got very interested in these subjects, and so that from that year only in second year, from second year second sem we have corona break of 2 year. So in that break, I prepare for the companies, as well as means would give a special attention to those subjects that is very important for the placements. Like means I will give it special attention to analog electronics and digital electronics, and give a special focus to that on their subjects, which is in our curriculum and also important for the placements. So in the college curriculum also means I focus on these subjects. Apart from that means I also got deep analysis into that subject. Means I read Cedra Smith for analog electronics,
Mhm.
practice different problems from that book, and for the digital means I practices different problems, different interview questions that I got from our seniors, and also means with from different sites. So I practice these problem and prepare myself for the interview. That is very helpful.
So you
Means I,
manage, means you utilized your Corona period in a very well manner.
yeah. Means I utilize my economy in a very well
Like
manner. I
beside
also,
beside of studies, like whatever the extra work you have to do for the placement work, or whatever the extra skills you need
yeah,
in you, so you utilize that time.
yeah. Actually, we have a very good friend circle. Means we have a very good friend circle, and all of them are very enthusiastic person. Means they got various ranks in gates, so they
Mhm.
prepare for gates, and we prepare simultaneously. Means help each other. So that will be very helpful for all of us.
That's why it is called like a good colleges provide you good friends, good peer who
Yeah,
make a thought
yeah,
in you, like fill you with enthusiasm, and like with your all capacity which you have, you can cross it, and you can do more work and more enthusiastic to work that you
yeah,
are
yeah,
doing.
yeah, True. Yeah.
Mhm. So, in the third year, you have said like companies are not coming. So, how you manage yourself, like because the demotivation level is there, then how you decided like you have to now continuously preparing for this, or you don't have to go for gate.
Means when like there is only one in 2021. I remember like when TI visited to our campus, one of my friend, one of my friend got selected in TI. So there is our WhatsApp group, and Samsung comes next. Means whatever happens, like in 2020 also. Means after TI, there is company Samsung which came to our campus. So he puts Samsung in the icon, a group icon, like you all get selected in that company, next company like Samsung. But Samsung doesn't came to our campus, so we felt little demotivated. But there is always one thing in my mind, like if you work hard for something, then that will come to you, and there
Yeah.
is nothing that can stop you from to achieve that goal. So I prepare continuously for the VLSI companies. Like I did test series, different test, different. I already told you, like different material I prepare for different material from different material. Also, back of the mind means I have one thing in my mind, like in my branch, like you have three scenarios. Like you got job in instrumentation, either you do coding, instrumentation, or in VLSI field like electronics. So I also prepare myself for the instrumentation companies. So that will give, there is a backup option in my mind also. So I got motivated and prepare for the company. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a very good thing. Now let's come for the Samsung company. Like how many rounds will be there? Like means what type of question they will be asking you in Samsung?
Yeah, I mean, so there is four rounds. Yeah, first one is the online test round, and means in online test round they ask question from the aptitude as well as from the both analog and digital domain. Yeah, and but the question were of very basic level questions. Means they ask you question from the flip flops, marks, integrator, differentiator, and aptitude questions over there. It's in the online test. And the first technical round means that is of means up to 30 minutes. The duration of the interview is 30 minutes, and they ask gate level question, means like how many gates are universal gates, means how many gates are needed for XOR gates, and these type of questions. Also they give means I already mentioned like I have interest in CMOS technology, so they ask me question like how CMOS technology is used, why you prefer CMOS technologies, and why it is very need of the hour, like why we are using this technology over MOS and BJT, and some other question also from the CMOS. Yeah, there is a first round technical round, and in second technical round they ask me question from almost every digital domain, like they ask me question from sequential logic circuits, yeah, finite state machines, STA, as well as Verilog. They asked me a question from the analog part also, like they told me to design one integrator and a differentiator, and yeah, these questions.
They give you gain, like if you have to make this gain, and then how you can make the integrator from this.
Yeah. These type of questions. Also, there is one HR round, means that is therefore they are there is formality, means they actually they the HR round is the last round is a telephonic round, and they ask me they don't make the basic HR questions like why do you want to join, these type of questions.
Okay, means if like any student in the BTech level, if he studied like the basic subjects very clearly, core subjects very clearly, and have like good concept in that, then it will be very easy for him to take job in this.
Yeah. This if you pair like I will tell you like analog electronics, circuit theory, digital electronics, and linear control system, very good. If you have a clear concept in these 4 subjects, as well as if you have 1 or 2 projects, means then it will very easy for you to crack these VLSI companies, according to my experience.
How you see yourself, like means what do you think, what is the difference between like IT industry and the VLSI industry right now? The competition is very much like in IT industry and in this. So what do you think about whole this? Like people are mostly going for CSE engineering, for CSE, but don't getting that much high jobs because will be so much competition. So what do you think? Like why should people choose EC or instrumentation?
Yeah. Means in the current scenario, like there is more number of jobs in IT industry, but also at the same time there is much competition, because you see all of the branch, in every branch there is certain section of students that always want to go for the IT industries only. They don't prepare for their core jobs. They always want to go in IT industry because there is jobs only in IT industry. There is very less number of jobs in core domain. But in the current scenario, I think for these 2 brands like instrumentation and electronics, as well as for EC, also slightly for electrical, means they want to go for the core companies, because now every company like Apple, Google, they have the in-house chip design teams. So I always think that there is a boom in this VLSI domain in the coming years, like in 1 or 2 years, 1, 2 or 3 years. There is a boom in this domain. Also, India has put $10 billion for that Atmanirbhar Bharat. Yeah,
and there is a program. There is a program called Semicon India, and that launched this country. Yeah.
So means I always think that there is a boom in this VLSI domain. Not now, but in the coming future, means there is always boom. So I think like in coming years, like VLSI industry is got a very more number of engineers, and I advise like for 2022 batch, or in the coming years like 2023, these means those who are in the first year right now, they should prepare for the VLSI part, because there is a boom in that sector, means in the coming years. So you
Mhm.
should prepare. If you prepare, then only you got help, like you got
Yeah, yeah.
the job. Yeah.
So, like the resume is the face of the person, and many people or many students are like confusing, like how to means what to add in the resume, how it can be selected. So, what do you think? Like, whatever things, what are the key things that should be added in the resume?
Yeah. For the resume things, like I always go to the job description of the companies. Like they send JD
Mm-hmm.
and they send job description of that which profile they're wasting, and means I always say the what are the requirements of that company. So if I have a project in that sector, like if the company is like for the digital company, if they came to our campus, and so I should do project, means if I have done project in Verilog or in any digital part, so I put a project in my means resume, not some project like I have done project in instrumentation field also. So I don't put the project in instrumentation field, like I put project in the that field only. So means I always prefer to build a company specific, means domain specific domain resume. Means if
Means
you sit for a,
for every company, there should be means different resume according to the profiles, according to the specification of that company.
yeah, according to a different domain. Like if you sit for an electronics company, so your resume should be like more tends towards electronics part. Like there is projects on electronics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not in means what should an electronics company, they don't focus more on the your instrumentation project. They are much
So,
interested in
like,
what you have done in.
there is also one confusion, like how much project one should add. Like, if he has done like many projects, then how many like minimum amount of projects should be there in the resume.
I think two projects will be sufficient. Means if you have means for electronics part, means if you have two projects, mean if you have two good projects, then that will be sufficient. Like,
So,
and
what?
if you, yeah.
Yeah. So, what type of project you have done?
Means I have done the project in Verilog, like smart car parking system. It is based on Verilog. Like
Yeah, related to FSN.
yeah. And apart from that, I have also done a project in tank filling control system, as well as a traffic light system,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, using PLC, like programming logic controller.
Mm-hmm.
And in during my second year, means I have also done project on submarine, means automated submarine.
That is the instrumentation part.
Yeah, that's the instrumentation part. So I don't mention these project in for the electronics
And that
company.
is a very good strategy because a company wanted like the projects or the things that is specific to that profile only. Why why
Yeah,
why he should be like more specific or concerned to
yeah,
that
means
project which are not
if
related
you
to
put,
their profiles?
yeah, if you put like three or four projects, but means not in that domain, like not in electronics, since they don't get much interested in that. They don't need much your CV. Means you should put that projects only that is involved in your job role. Yeah, I all prefer this strategy.
Yeah. So I think we have covered like almost all the questions. But before wrapping up this interview, what do you think like about VLSI for all platform?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very good initiative. Means before my interview, before my Samsung interview, means I also searched from the different videos or YouTube. Means little guidance program. Means if whatever question they ask, means there is always one curiosity, na. Means whatever question they ask, but I don't get any. But I think like this VLSI for all initiative, means it helps the students like me to get the perfect good guidance. Yeah, that's very good initiative from VLSI for all. And also I have seen that they uploaded videos on different questions, like different interview questions, like from STA and other topics. And that is very good for the student who are preparing from the interview, like who are in the second year or third year. That is very good.
Yeah, we have started, actually, we have started this initiative because when we find like there is not a good resources available on YouTube and also Google. So people or students from this age, like at the beta level, at the fresher level, are very demotivated, feel demotivated, like their content is not there.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if
You
they
got
want,
tons of content. You got tons of contents for the IT. Like if you
yeah,
want coding, you got tons of content. But there is a very less contents available for the VLSI part.
and
Yeah.
also
So
people think that in the core domain, like taking job in the core domain is very hard, and they
yeah,
find
yeah,
like
yeah.
it is very easy to go for IT, but it is very hard to go for core because there are no jobs. They don't know like what type of question will be there, and there are so many companies, and every company has their like separate tools, then separate like way of selection. So what type of
Yeah, yeah.
questions will be there?
Strategy.
So this is the initiative we started so that we can cover all the industries, all the companies, and what type of questions they are asking, what the way there of selection. So this helped a lot of students. We started like, okay, we will help, like it can be there for 1 2 students, 5 students, then our initiative will be good. But now we see like 100 or 200 like students are approaching us every like single month, and they told like, okay, I mean, this helps us a lot.
Yeah. What happens like they they got the means they are interested in to do job in core sector. They are interested in core sector, but they don't get the opportunity
Mhm.
because there is very less number of contents available in YouTube, and they don't get the proper guidance. But since VLSI for all, means they provide proper guidance, so they got motivated and means they got jobs. Means I have seen the different students like who got different my juniors. I also suggested my juniors about this channel VLSI for all, that you got the very good guidance from this channel.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So before wrapping up this interview, like last tip I want to ask you, like what is the motivation tip one should have before seeing this video to our viewers so that they can work more hard to take job in the core industry? One
Yeah, I mean,
motivation
I
tip.
always, yeah, I always means believe in one thing, like consistency is the key. If you are consistent enough for like for your goal, like means when the internship in during my internship days, like only one company visited our campus, and unfortunately I don't get selected in that company. So I don't feel very much demotivated because I have one thing clear in my mind, like if I have put my hard work in that domain, that always is going to help me. Yeah. So means I am consistent with my effort, and I got placed means during my placement days. So means I
Yeah.
always suggest, or I always means guide my juniors, like if you are consistent enough, then nothing is going to stop you. Like that.
Yes, yes. Consistency and the patience. These two things are
Yeah,
the,
yeah. Consistency is patience. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Sure.
So, like one more question, like I have introduced this question. So the question is like that: how much salary core companies give? Like, don't give your salary, but like the average amount core companies are giving to students right now for the freshers.
Yeah, for the freshers, like they give you a salary equivalent to that of like IT companies. Yeah, equivalent to that, like means 1 lakh plus they give you per month. Yeah, that's plenty for in India.
Yeah, that is plenty. Not that is a very good amount for the fresher because after
Yeah,
experience, this
yeah,
company
yeah. So,
salary will be in exponential growth. There is
yeah, yeah.
exponential
So,
growth in this field
so
only.
yeah, so I suggest means for all the fresher or everybody who wants job in VLSI part. So don't get bothered much about the salary. You got the same salary that a normal IT individual get. Normal not means very good IT individual get,
Mhm.
and and also follow your passion.
Yeah,
What is
and I think this is the
passion?
industry. This is
Paisa.
the industry where money doesn't matter. Which matters the most is your like uh, uh, your skills, your interest. If you have the interest in
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
then money is not the problem.
And also means and there is one more motivation for all the freshers, means there is there is a boom in this domain in the coming
Mhm.
future, so it's don't get demotivated. Yeah.
And currently also there are more number of vacancies than the students. Like
Yeah.
company want more skilled students. If you are skilled, then you don't have that much tension in your mind. Like, so
Yeah.
you can get easily job in this company. And also that is not very much hard to take job in VLSI. There are specific things like these are the subjects you have to study and these type of projects you have to do. And only these type of things if you can do now, then it will be very easy for you to take as compared to the IT industry. If I am talking about for the current package, for this package. So
Yeah, and you got the equivalent package. Yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
so thank you, Shivam, for sparing your precious time with us, for sharing your views to our viewers. And I think that will definitely help our viewers to understand like what type of question there will be in the companies, and they will give hope like it is easy. It is not that much hard to take job in the core companies if you work hard. If you contact means if you have a strong basics, then you can do well. So
Yeah.
thank you, Shivam.
Thank you. Thank you, Prakhar. Thank you.
Yeah.